Okay, what I'm about to show you is something that I learned years ago. I've been doing Wing Chun a long time. I've had different sifus, 8 different sifus. They all taught differently. So I don't say one Wing Chun lineage is better than the other. They all have good aspects. I even studied with 2 sifus outside of Yip Mans. So let me say something about the Jong. Now I'm saying this from my perspective. I'm not saying anybody else is doing something wrong or my way is the best way. So let's look at it as though I were teaching my students. Here's what I would teach. So in woodworking, any type piece of wood that goes inside of something else in wood is called a tenon. I hope I said that correctly. This is a mortise. So the mortise is larger than the tenon, so the tenon can move around inside. So in some instances on the Jong, you want the left-hand corner of the tenon pressing against the upper left-hand corner of the mortise and vice versa. A good example here. If I do a tan, the tan doesn't stay in place dead in the water. It's actually moving forward, even though when I stop. I mean, if you do your tans out here, that's okay. We do it up there. So our tan is always pushing forward, like compressing a spring. So if I do a bong and tan, I kept this flat part of the mortise pressed up against, this flat part of the tenon pressed against the part of the mortise, and I slide it across. So if I do bong and the arm falls down, I don't have forward intent. See that? But if I do bong and tan, so notice my tan here, I'm keeping the mortise, the tenon, pressed against the upper right-hand corner of the mortise. If I don't, I lost forward intent. So one of the things with that Jong that came back to Yip Man from Kusang is that the arms are too close together. So remember, you always want to have forward intent, and that's across all Wing Chun lineages. So I do bong. If the arm is too close, I have to bring my elbow back in order to do the tan. So I have 2 Kusang arms, 2 Kusang Jongs rather. This one was made by a student of mine in Canada. He made 3 of them. So I had him do the measurements that I was given. Also, we keep our arms parallel with different than some other lineages. We keep the arms level as much as possible. So we put these together. If I do the bong and the arms are too close, I'm going to hit that arm. So I have to pull back a little bit. So I have to pull my arm back to do the tan. I have to do and pull it back. You want to keep that elbow, that fixed elbow position constant. But if the arms are the right distance apart, I can bong and see how my elbow clears, and I can still keep that position without losing that forward intent. Okay, so I bong, tan. I still have forward intent. If the arms are too close together, you end up hitting here, so you have to sacrifice by pulling back a little bit. And that's just my take on it, okay? I'll be looking for the comments and laughing, because you know my Wing Chun sucks, right? Take care, guys.